Oh, this is a nice area, isn't it? Look at this. These lovely woods. Beautiful. I bet this is beautiful in the summer. With all the leaves. Where are all the leaves anyway? Because they're supposed to be falling, aren't they? This time of year. I guess that is true, Kenny Money. I guess it is. Beauty of the biking, you can go anywhere you want, can't you? Just the same in a car, but on a bike, more so. Do you want to go that way, or that way? And that's lovely. Just the purpose of riding your bike, it doesn't matter which road you go on. Nothing really matters. Oh, and I've got something to tell you. I always say things like, let me know if you want me to put a video clip of it. Of course, nobody ever does. And I don't blame you, because I wouldn't either. But, let me tell you what it is and you make your own mind up. I got an alert on my phone from one of the cameras overlooking the backyard. And sometimes you get these through and you're thinking, I don't know what's caused it go off, I can't see anything. Well, good morning everyone. Today is the 24th of September 2025 and it's a Wednesday. Well, we've had some terrible weather of rain because we are coming into late September. So September hasn't really been very good for sunshine, but a lot of cloud and overcast and rain. So because it's the 24th, we are coming to the very end almost of the biking season. Might get something in October, early October, but then you can say goodbye for a good probably 4 months at least. Maybe longer, but anyway, it is what it is. Oh, last night either the tooth fairy came or I swallowed my false loose tooth, because I went to bed with it in my mouth and woke up and it's not there. I've obviously checked the bed, checked around, it's not there, and I do believe I have swallowed it, because it came to my mind a few days ago. I thought, oh, my tooth's loose, I should really glue it. That was a few days ago. Anyway, I didn't, and my tooth was there. So I guess it was a message a few days ago, either take it out, Ken, or re-glue it back in before you go to sleep. So I'm now toothless. How does that make me feel? Do you know what, when it first came out I thought, oh god, I'll get that sorted, how much is that going to cost? Now, I couldn't care less. I might get it fixed, I might not, but at the moment I'm not really bothered. And I've used today, well not today, but I have got Friday was the last day of my annual leave that I booked up. That was on Friday. So I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. I've got 3 days together, and after that, no more annual holiday leave left, just what I get for my days off. And I go a long time before I can book my annual leave for next year. You can book it, but I won't be using it until next year, and I don't usually use anything until the end of March. And that's only because I have to, because there's not something to do in each quarter of the year. So March. It's not a problem because I do it every year. But what I don't have is these sick days. Now, it's there if you're sick, I get it. I absolutely get it. And I'm glad that it's there, because, you know, you can still get your full pay. And if I'm not ill, I don't have the time off. It's just the way that I am. Some people have said to me, Ken, you mind not having sick days off, just as a rest day, and say it was a sick day. I am that kind of person, and I don't, you know, everybody's an individual. Do what you need to do. If you feel like you need it, that's your business, nothing to do with me. But for me, if that's what people are saying that they do, well, that's them. And you do what you want. It's your life. Maybe I'm a bit of a mug. But anyway, it's nice to be out on the bike. I think this is what keeps me sane, you know. What am I going to do when my bike's not, you know, kind of put away for all those months? Because I don't use it for the winter time, obviously, and I don't use it when it's raining and cold. I probably only use it for 6 months of the year, if that. And then you don't go out every day because you're slave to work, aren't you? You have to go to work. So it's nice to be out today. I'm really looking forward to this. I think I'm going to go over to Snake Pass, but I may, in fact I know I'm going to actually. This road leads to that caravan park that I mentioned on my one of my last videos anyway, I don't know which one it was. So I'm going to have a browse, if you know what I mean. This is a steep bend down, this is right, and quite twisty. So let's get you into third gear. Not so bad here, it's this next one here, which is tight and steep. It never looks like it on the camera though. I'm going to go for a second just to... Nope, this is the one, it's this one. I bet it's 45 degrees, you know. Just that little bend there. Feel my front wheel lifting off when I put a bit of power on then. You feel it, the suspension rising, not the tyre, but the suspension rising up. It was. And here we are in Whiston. I feel good in myself today. Thoughts and feelings. How do you feel this morning, Ken? I feel good. I had a good night's sleep. My wife brought me breakfast in bed. She says, where's your tooth? Good question, Shug. I said, do you still love me? She says, of course I love you. Will you love me with no teeth? Oh, I don't know about no teeth. She's a beauty, my little woman is. So on Saturday, we've been married for 39 years. Apparently, she told me, because I forgot, it was the 22nd of August, the year before we got married, when I proposed to her, when we got engaged. And we went to a pub in Alsager. Sorry, I can't think what the name is called now. I did have a tip of my tongue then, but it's gone. So, yeah, I remember very well proposing at the table, and I even went down on one knee for her. How nice was that? Very nice. But I think it's going to be nice the next few days that I'm off, which is lovely. And then the weekend, it's forecast snow, but I don't know where. Obviously, more like Scotland. But temperatures are going to plummet. It does go colder at night time, though. I've noticed. You know, sitting around about 6 o'clock, you can feel it's the temperature's getting in. Well, we have all these seasons, don't we? So that's what it is. Come on, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Ellie cow. Just had a quick look at the lacrosse, I think it said it was called, wasn't it? That was what I was on about, and I looked at it rather than just whizzing past it. Thought, absolutely not. I do not want to fork out money which could be anywhere close to 100 grand and live there. No chance. And I'm certainly not going to spend 100 grand just on a holiday home. Not happening. It's only been told it's not worth anything in a few years' time. Because that's how it works, you know. So absolutely not. It all seems different when coming through here at a reasonable speed. Instead of just a blade. No, I'm only joking. Joking as always, joking and joking, joking is right and joking. Wonder why it is when we're born with teeth. You have your milk teeth, don't you? And then you have your next teeth grow, and that's it. 2 chances to keep your teeth, and you're never going to keep your milk teeth, aren't they? Because they're your baby teeth. So it's only 1 set of teeth, really. And once they go, it's down to the old false, which can be better in some cases than your own teeth, I suppose, for looks. But get no twisty, bent teeth, gums showing, gaps. You get none of that. Do you want to pay almost 20 grand for a set of dentures? Or permanent dentures? Nope, thank you. That man get on to my 20 grand. Not having it. Gonna need that to put my electric on when I'm retired. Do you know what I mean? Either that, or have some those heated blankets you can put over your legs, don't you? At work we have a thing called a spy points, and you get that for just doing your job basically. Anyway, you get points, and they adds up. Anyway, I got a voucher for 50 quid. And with that voucher, I thought, what shall I get? I said to Sharon, what do you want? So I don't want anything. So I got this 50 quid and we don't know what to spend with it. So Sharon said, why don't we just go Marks and Spencer and get some food from there? Yeah, that's fine. We had a wander around. But I'm not used to smoking shopping there, so we ended up going Morrison's. So anyway, so we went to Morrison's. I said to Sharon, I says, don't we have to register these cards? No, so she had a look at it. She said, well, this is when I was driving, so she had them in her handbag, and I didn't even give it a second thought, to be honest. She said, no, you just hand in the card. I says, are you sure? She said, yeah, okay. Anyway, so we had 80 quid's worth of food, you know, just spending 50 quid willy-nilly, really, a bit more luxury items on food. Get to the till, oh, you can't use these, you've got to register. Okay, so there you go, you see, always be prepared. I don't know what the speed limit on here is it 40? I don't know. Yeah, so I still got my vouchers now.